Good morning, everyone, and welcome once again to Marketing Matters. I'm Sarah Touchstone, Landmark Title's social media marketing strategist and educator, and I get the pleasure of bringing you guys Marketing Matters live every Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. Arizona time. We've got some great guest speakers over the years, and I'm really excited because even after I've been doing this for 3 years, uh, you know, I never run out of guest speakers, even guest speakers that I've known for years, ones that I've known since I've been in the industry. We do different things in this industry. We move, we change, we move through the industry. And this good friend of mine, I haven't seen her in years, but I still consider her a friend. She has just started a new endeavor. You guys may recognize Alicia Romo from her world in the mortgage industry, but I'm really excited because she is starting up a new company. I'm going to let her tell you guys about it and tell you how it pertains to real estate and how she's even helping her agents more and more these days.
So I'm super excited. Thank you so much. And I have to chuckle when you make the comment we haven't actually seen each other in a few years face to face, right? However, social media makes it feel like I've seen you, like last month or whatever. So I love that we get to stay connected, stay on top of each other's lives, and it never feels like it's been so long. So then when we do see each other, it's like we get to pick up, like, we never missed a beat. So that's the beauty and part of why I absolutely love social media. I feel like it helps people deepen their current connections, deepen their relationships with their current community, and bring those referrals in, because you get to stay connected even if you're not seeing each other all the time. And thank you so much for that intro. And I'm super excited to talk about and introduce Social Butterfly. Being in the industry all these years, and you and I always had that common ground of social media, the love for social media. And over the years, when I, was talking to realtors, talking to loan officers, promoting growing business on social media, teaching classes, I would always get the question, what if I feel like I'm too busy to do it myself? Or what if I don't want to do it myself? Who do you know, or what company do you know that I should hire to manage my social media? And for years, I said, none, no one. You got to do it yourself, right? And the reason why I said that wasn't so much that I absolutely 100% people felt that people had to do it themselves. However, there's two major loopholes or problems that I'd say I see in the majority of social media management companies. And number one is people will set it and forget it. So they have the company post for them. They don't even look at it. They don't engage. They don't comment. And the reality is, business grows on social media through engagement, consistency, and engagement. So setting it and forgetting it just does not work. And the other problem that I saw with companies is all realtors and all loan officers pretty much got the same posts. And when you're in the industry and you see people posting the same thing, I'd be like, oh, I know what company they hired. And it's the same over and over. So granted, some people don't always have the same community on their contacts, but some do, some might, right? Like some people who are out there engaging in this similar networking groups, they have the same people they're friends with and they're seeing the same post. And so, in my opinion, that just doesn't work. And I feel like social media, the first word is social. That's key, right? Like, you got to let people know who you are. People want to do business, and we all know this. We can all fill this in, right? People want to do business with people they know, they like, and they trust. They're not out there to do business with businesses. So you got to let some of you, who you are as a person, not just as a business person, shine through when people are going to decide they're going to work with you. And let's face it, we all know that even if you meet someone in real life and in person, they're going to go look you up on social media and see who are you and what are you about. It's
Ooh.
just the fact. So where I decided to create Social Butterfly was to fill the need and fill that gap and create a more personalized way to manage people's social media and continue the education. And on top of it, more one-on-one education. People would ask me, will you sit with me and help me learn it? Like, your class was great. I learned a lot. I go home, I'm forgetting some of what you said, or you moved kind of fast and I felt like more of a beginner than other people in the room. And that we don't always all have time to sit one-on-one to teach people. So now I'm educating with one-on-one training. I've, got typical classes like I've, always done. However, then I'm also now managing people's social media so that they can have it be personal. And the difference of what I do with other companies is I truly get in partnership. And if you've known me any length of time, no matter what, I always talk about it's all about partnership, right? Like if you're getting referrals, the people that give you a referral, they're your partners. Clients are your partners. Growing in this business is all about building relationships and partnerships. So I get into partnership with the people I'm working with, find out what are they about? Who are they? What's important to them? What types of things do they like? And I get them to either send me pictures and videos that I could use on their social media, or some people, like we said, cameras make people nervous. Some people will never push that record button. So I will, and it doesn't even matter if they're local or even out of state. They're out of state, they got to pay my travel expenses. But if they're local, I will show up. I will shadow people for a period of time. I will hit the record button. And sometimes when they're not looking, because when we talk about where are you getting content and how are you building your social media presence, reality is your whole life is content. Every day, what you are doing is content. Your conversations with clients is content. If you're out showing a home or doing a listing appointment or just talking to someone about how you work or networking, like whatever it is, your process, it's all content. So I can hide out behind the scenes, take some video clips, turn them into content, and drip them out over a few months so that it is personal, it is different. And when people are getting comments, like things, if it's basic and it's like, all I gotta say is thank you or congratulations, like I could do that for people. However, if it's a comment where I'm like, this needs to be answered, I'm going to reach out to the person I'm working with. And I'm going to say, do you want to log in and answer this? And if not, tell me how you want it answered. Like I had one the other day, she hadn't been on social media in 4 years and hired me. And I got on there and I was like, all these friend requests that sat for years, like all these different like things that she had not done anything with. And I posted and I was like, and we talked about what to say and how we were going to say it. And, I said, I speaking as her, I set a goal to be active on social media again. I know it's been years. Somebody actually came on and said, I don't believe this is really you. Tell me what happened with your dog at so-and-so's party in high school.
Oh, wow. They thought that she had gotten hacked.
Yeah, no other social media company that I know of would reach out and say, okay, Tracy, this is your comment. What do you want to go in and engage with her, which I recommend you do. However, we also don't want it sitting too long. So if it's going to take you time, tell me what to say. And she got in and she commented. And, her profile is exploding again because she hadn't been on it so long, right?
Mhm.
But that's where I make it different. And that's what social media is about, letting people know who you are, not just what you do for business, in my opinion.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it really does make a difference to have somebody in your court to help with these things. We talk about all the time in this industry, the fact that realtors have to wear so many different hats. And when you're starting out, like you want to do everything in your business,
Right?
but you have to be an accountant, you have to be a tax pro, you have to be an administrator, you have to be a marketing professional. There's so many different things. And
You have
as
to be the CEO.
you
And
do, you
you
do.
have to go out and show homes and do listing appointments and contracts and you know.
It
Yeah.
is. It's so much. So as you know, gain the experience and you figure out what your niche is, what you're really good at, when
Mhm.
you can focus on that and you can kind of hire out some of the other
Yeah.
roles in real estate that maybe you're not as strong with,
Right.
it really can make such a difference and can really build up, you know, your team and allow you to do what you excel at. Because for some
Yeah.
people, you know, even particularly social media, if it's not in their wheelhouse, it's difficult to do. It's not fun. It's just a chore. And let me tell you, when it is a chore for you, the people that follow you can tell.
And it's so funny that you say that because when people have asked me, like, why are you doing this? I'm like, if they don't like social media, I look at them and I'm like, I get to take the stress away from you and have fun for me.
Yes,
Because
yes,
I love it. It is fun. And exactly what you're saying, like, you know, and you mentioned earlier that a lot of people on here might know me from the mortgage world. Well, I built a great mortgage team and I have great loan originators doing the mortgages. And I love the social media. So I'm helping them with social media. I'm helping the real, I mean, to me, I'm a very social person. I'm outgoing and being around people is fun. And when I get to do social media, even if I'm home, in a sense, it makes me feel like I'm still out at a party and surrounded by a ton of people. So for me, it's a lot of fun and it's passion. It is passion driven.
absolutely.
And that is why I created Social Butterfly.
Absolutely. Now you've got some strategies and statistics to share with us today, particularly not just about social media, but really dialing it in to reels. And
Yes.
I think by this point, everybody's pretty familiar with the concept of reels. If you're on social media, you are bombarded with reels, those short form videos that have music in the background that, you know, we can't get enough of right now in our society. You know, they're informative, they're quick. The algorithms within social media kind of build around your interests in the idea that you will never stop scrolling through them. You will find yourself in a Reels hole and you will be watching these for hours, that you will be sending these to friends, families, colleagues, going, ha, this reminds me of you. So for realtors, it's really important to understand this format and to capitalize on this format because it is literally becoming everything on social media. And here's the
Yeah.
best part about it. They're quick and easy to do.
Right. Exactly. They're not as scary and as hard as people think. And once you do a few of them, you could just whip them out in minutes.
Yes. Super easy to do. Alicia, did you had some slides that you wanted to share?
I do. So I can go ahead and share my screen and I'll attempt to go through these as quickly as possible. But I wanted to share actually a few stats for those people that don't necessarily believe that Reels is the way to go. And then I want to give a couple of quick tips on some hacks and some ways to really get the engagement with the Reels. So, I mean, the first thing is, you know, like I said, I want to look at stats. And honestly, I mean, I pulled these up within the last 24 hours. It's the most recent stats of the ending of 2023 and comparing it to 2022. And Reels right now are generating 2 times more the reach of anything else on Instagram. This column here, the far left, is Reels. In the middle, it's carousels. So if you're not sure what a carousel is, multiple pictures basically on a post where people can slide over and look at multiple pictures. And then this one on the far end is just one still image. You can see that Instagram Reels, I mean, the reach is, there's no comparison. So if you're using Instagram and you're not using Reels, you're absolutely missing out on the value of Instagram. And truth be told, if you want to connect and find people outside your sphere, outside your current community, Reels is the way to do it. Like you talked about, Sarah, people are scrolling. Your reel, if it's a public reel, is going to show up in someone scrolling. Your pictures, a still picture, not so much. So if you really want to connect outside of who you already know, you're going to build a community and get followers just by posting engaging reels. So, oh, there we go. I wasn't going advancing to the next screen.
Little delay.
Okay. Yeah, but the next stat that actually blew my mind was this one on top. Instagram Reels have the highest reach and engagement, not only just among all other social media, all other media types. Like, that blew my mind. And I saw another thing that was on Sprout Social, that when they interviewed people about what is their favorite social media, Instagram was #1 last year. It's overtaken in favoritism, maybe not total use yet, but in favoritism, Instagram is #1. And when you think about it in total use, like I'll use my son as an example. So he feels forced to use Facebook because some of the activities he does, they have groups on Facebook and that's how they communicate. However, that is not his favorite platform, and he doesn't go on Facebook to really search for things. He goes on Facebook just to engage in these groups specifically. And my son is 23, right? So he's at the cusp of like, he's younger than the millennials, but kind of the higher, I think, part of Gen is it ZX or we Z?
Z.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm X, right? He's Z, I think.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's go through all the alphabet till we get there.
Right. And I think he's 23, but that's only for the next few days. So he's about to be 24. He's in that demographic where he's asking me, Mom, what do I got to do to buy a home? Like, I want to buy a home probably in the next year. You know, like that's that next generation of first-time home buyers. And millennials, as we know, have been buying homes for a while now, right? But if you look at this too, this Keepios is a company that all they do is research and statistics on how are people using their time spent online, right? So in their latest research, they found out that 62.7% of Instagram users are using it to research brands, follow products, and learn about things. Kids, and I say kids, you know, because I'm a little older, but people in their 20s, 30s, even 40s are going to Instagram to learn stuff. They're wanting education on Instagram. TikTok is still more entertainment. Instagram is let me research, and they get their research on Instagram. The platform just has a huge capability in people's buying decisions. And, you know, I taught a class yesterday with some older agents who were saying, like, I just really like they haven't gotten on Instagram. They couldn't wrap their head around it. But the reality is you can have someone 32 years old out of real estate school, just passed their test last week, just got their license, right? And get on Instagram and start educating the public. They might know just enough to be dangerous. However, because they're on Instagram and they're teaching, these people that are looking on Instagram for education are going to follow them and believe them and feel they know what they're doing. So if you're not using Instagram to educate your community, they may go find that person who got licensed last week and doesn't know what they're doing and use them as a realtor instead of you. So I highly recommend you start using your Instagram as an education platform so your people stick with you and don't go to someone else who they feel like taught them something that you might not have taught them. If that's not motivation to people who have been in the industry a long time, I don't know what is.
Yeah, and it happens. It happens, you know, if you can present, and that's the cool thing about social media, and that's the dangerous thing. It's a kind of
Yes.
a double-edged sword, is that if you can come across as being very knowledgeable, very educated, and you're the one who is offering up this free information,
Yeah.
then you can build people's trust.
Yep.
You know, we love it when our seasoned and experienced agents are doing this as well, because they really do have the experience and the knowledge to back it.
Yes.
However, even new agents utilizing these tools, you have to learn before you put it out there, right?
Yes.
So
And when you put it out there, I mean, as a new agent, if you're learning something, I mean, the reality is your videos and your education only needs to be one step ahead of your consumer.
yes, but it is good. It is prompting newer agents to get the education as well
Yes. Yes.
before they put it out there.
100%.
So
And,
good.
and you can build your audience and get your business by just teaching one thing that somebody doesn't know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, all right. So here's some best practices and some hacks. Number one, very basic. If you're not already doing this, you want to hold your phone in a vertical format, not horizontal, right? I think most people know that. However, some people still don't, right? When you put music to your reels, if you're going to use trending music, it's going to get you a bigger audience. You're going to get a higher ranking in the algorithm. However, if you want to use trending music and you don't like the song, here's a hack. You have option of controls. You can make yourself louder, make the music softer, however you want it. If you don't like the trending music and you want the algorithm for the music, put it all the way down to a 1 and just have you talking. Nobody's going to hear the song. They're going to hear you. If you want people to hear the song, you like the song, you can put it up 10, 15, doesn't affect your voice if you're teaching on your reel. But the hack, drop it down, still get the algorithm. Instagram allows 90 seconds for a reel. However, most people start dropping off at around 30 to 40 seconds. So if you could keep your reel 40 seconds or less, you're going to keep people on longer. And the longer people stay on, it's like the percentage of time on versus the amount of time of your reel. So a hack, if you're doing education reels that are going to take you to the 30, 40 seconds or even to the 60 or more, throw in some reels that are quick, that are like 4, 5, max 10-second reels. Put up some wording, make people want to go back and read it again. If people rewatch your reel a lot, that's going to increase your algorithm. So if you're doing some longer reels and your algorithm might go down because they're longer and you're losing people, do a 4 or 5 second reel that's just quick. It could be a still picture with maybe, a little GIF that makes it a reel, and it doesn't have to be very long. That's going to increase your algorithm. We've already talked about educate, educate, educate. People are going to Instagram to learn. Teach them about the process. Teach them about, important things. Teach them about how to have a good credit score. If you're a loan originator watching this, teach them about the mortgage process. Teach them a little bit about what happens behind the scenes, or what do they have to do up front to qualify. Behind the scenes, a day in the life. People love to watch that. One thing that I actually had one of my clients do last week, and we got tons of engagement. We set up a phone on a tripod on his desk and just did a time-lapse video and let it sit there literally for 2 hours recording him. And the video was hilarious. We played it. It ended up as a 30-second video. However, it was time-lapse of 2 hours. And he's moving all around, and it was fun. And we played on different platforms. So on TikTok, because TikTok's a little more silly and fun, we put dog ears and a dog nose on him, and he's moving around. It looks like this dog wagging his head. And then, we kept it a little more serious, like on Facebook for the reel there, where it was just really his face. So that was kind of fun. And that was like a day in the life kind of thing. 20%, if you're going to put snips together, like a video and a few pictures, or a few pictures together, or a few videos together, people start dropping off when you're at the fourth clip, the fourth change of scene. However, you still have about 80% of viewers on at clip 4. If you go all the way to 7 clips, you've now lost. You only have like 65% have dropped off. So that leaves you, what, 35% of people still on. So you probably, if you're putting clips together, you don't want to get up to 7, and definitely don't want to go more than 7.
Mm-hmm.
And again, people love fun. Make it fun, make it funny. You know, the more you can add humor into things, the more people are going to stay on and watch. Collaborating with other people. Instagram really loves collaboration. And now you get your community and their community to see it. So if you do a collaborative video, make sure Instagram knows. You put it where it asks, like, who did you collaborate with? You tag them in that and pop it up, and you're going to increase your algorithm there. And then contests and opinions are always fun. Reveals are fun. However, you could do, like, if you're doing a reel where you're showing a home, you could do a contest of guess how much you think this is going to be listed for. You know, and you could do a little prize if you want, you know, or you could just, people still love to give opinions. They love to guess, you know. You could say, you know, which do you like better, and show a couple different backyards in the reel, or a couple different great kitchens, right? Or put in 2 great kitchens and 1 to make it funny, like, or, you know, like different bathrooms, like 2 remodeled bathrooms and 1 that has, like, you know, I don't know, the crazy toilet in a weird location. Or, you know, we've all seen, what's that one with I think it was actually a kitchen with the stairs, like, off the counter, like that was kind of going around for a while.
Oh yeah, that was
Right, like,
horrible.
you know, it's like you can put 2 nice ones and put a funny one in there just to see if people are watching, you know. And that then combines the 2. You can ask for opinions. What do you think is the best? And make it funny at the same time. Promoting open houses, there is, or any event, if you're doing an education event, a first-time homebuyer seminar, whatever, you can add a reminder in your reel. So then people can touch that remind me button, and they can add it to their calendar straight from Instagram. And Instagram will give them a reminder in their notifications. So that's a great hack. And then if you are doing videos of a property, scanning your video left to right, just like the way we read. Our brains, because we learn to read left to right, our brains want to move left to right. So for some reason, you don't get as much engagement when you do your video right to left. So remember, when you go into a room, like, let's say you go in the kitchen, you're going to scan a little video of the kitchen, then you're going to go to the backyard, then you're going to go to the bathroom. Always do it left to right and then put them together. You're going to keep your audience longer. So a couple little hacks, couple little quick tips. Hopefully it helps someone on here. And if anyone wants more tips or whatever, they can reach out to me. For me, it is so fun to see where people are at, have them use some hacks and tips, and see their engagement and algorithm growing. I love that. It makes my day.
Absolutely. And well, and that's a great thing too, to mention, that when you do hire a professional, like, they can go in and they can actually track your progress. I know that, I mean, even being a social media, I mean, it's in my job title, it's like, sometimes it's the least fun thing to do, is actually get in there and see what is working and what is not working. And so when you are working with a professional, it's quick and easy to do, but it's something that people just, I'll get around to that later. I'll get around to that later. But
I get excited by the analytics, and I look at it about once a week. I give my clients their stats about once a month. However, I'm looking at it about once a week. I start my week looking at, how did last week go?
But if you're just going out there and you're constantly creating content, but you're not checking to see how your content is performing, then you are not able to dial in. You know, there is going to be content that performs worse or better, and you do want to tailor your content to what is performing. And so once again, just
Yes.
another benefit of working with a professional that's going to help you along and make sure that those T's get crossed and those I's get dotted, because it's just going to help you make better content and reach more audience.
100%. So thank you for that. I love it. And again, it goes back to doing what you love to do, doing what's in your passion, right? Because when you work in
Absolutely.
your passion, your results are always going to be higher.
Absolutely. Well, if you guys have any questions, of course, utilize the chat or the question and answer window. Alicia, I know that you had your information on the screen. Can you just go ahead and put it into the chat in case, like I said, anybody wants to reach out after the presentation? They can grab your information from there. And if you want to go and see Alicia's classes, she has a bunch coming up in March and April. So Reels, Canva, Instagram stories. Yeah, I like that one. That's a good one. Instagram story. I love Instagram stories.
So excited for that one because there's so many new little hacks that you could do with stories to get them noticed.
Awesome. So if you guys want to attend any of her classes, here's a great calendar. Of course, I'm happy to send that to you as well. If you need, she put her information in the chat. And then I'm going to go through just a few other landmark title classes that we have coming up in March. Can you believe March is right around the corner? So for the month of March, we're going to be doing something a little bit special here with Marketing Matters. As I mentioned, we've been doing this for about 3.5 years now. We've been doing Marketing Matters every week. We
That's
have
awesome.
about 155 or so episodes. Like there's a lot of information.
And I think I said at the beginning, consistency is key, and clearly you have been consistent. I love it.
Super consistent. And our platform is a little bit different too. Like I get people who reach out all the time about our YouTube channel, and they're like, oh, you know, you need to do this, you need to change this, you need to, you know, to get more exposure to your YouTube channel. Our YouTube channel is for our realtors. Like it's a catch-all. It's for our business development managers. Like it's a tool. We're not necessarily looking to have 1 million subscribers. We're looking to help people who want this type of content. So with there being so much content out there, for March, we're bringing it back to our top 4 most viewed episodes. So
Nice.
we're going to be judging whether this content is still relevant, like give your opinions on this, right? I have a feeling that a lot of this content is going to be still incredibly relevant. I know which are the top 4, but you guys are going to have to tune in to find out. We're going to be counting down from number 4 to number 1. So starting out next week, it'll be something a little bit different. We've never done that on Marketing Matters. We don't necessarily always bring back our previous content, but for March Madness, we're going to get crazy on Marketing Matters and do something a little different. It's going to be awesome. So tune into that, of course. And then, let's see here. Oh, I don't know where the rest of my slides are, but I know. Let me hold on one second, guys. We've got some other great classes.
I feel like that's the on par with what our industry is like things happen, flow with it, fix it. You never know, right?
All right. Here we are. They're all here.
Yeah, just so you know, somebody asked, what is your YouTube channel called?
Oh, our YouTube channel, Landmark Title Assurance Agency. If you type it all in there, there's some other Landmark YouTube channels out there, but if you type Landmark Title Assurance Agency, you'll be able to find all of our YouTube Marketing Matters. Like today's, it usually takes me about, maybe I say 24 hours because you never know, like I have a meeting or something. And then all of these will be reposted you can also reach out to your business development manager. I send every week's YouTube link to the business development managers. So if maybe you couldn't hop on this week, or maybe you had to hop off early, then you can get that directly from them in about 24 hours after we wrap up the live presentation. So a lot of people obviously over the years have kind of figured that out. So we've got some die-hard Marketing Matters people. They're like, every Wednesday I'm on live. And then we've got, you know, a great following of people that go and they get those recordings and they watch them. So it's cool. It's a blend of the two. So a couple other classes that we have coming up. I'm not going to go into full screen share mode just in case. We've got a Lunch and Learn coming up in Payson next week, next Tuesday. Lunch is going to be served at 11, and then there will be a class on down payment assistance from 11:30 until 12:30, and that's going to be in our Prescott office. If you'd like to attend that, reach out to Michelle and RSVP for this one, because it is a lunch, right? So make sure you can email, you can text her, but go check that out. Down payment assistance. That's going to be really, I think, a good program. It's always a good program, but especially, you know, moving into the realm that we are with the higher interest. And then on March 7th, we have the next in the Arizona Real Estate Series coming up. This is a series we do once a quarter. We bring in some fantastic guest speakers to this program. And this upcoming one, we're talking about fraud. If you guys are not talking with your clients about fraud and about how to protect them, we really need to. It's running rampant right now. Like, the fraudsters are getting really smart. For us on the title side, this is something we deal with every single day now. We used to only have like one or two, maybe a month. And now it is something that our escrow officers are dealing with every day. We are constantly getting more education about it because it can be really bad. I mean, we're talking millions, sometimes hundreds of millions of dollars. Wow. So we've got Dwayne Fouts, who's the designated broker for West USA, coming on, and Joey Russo from Certified. Certified is the company that we use to protect you and your clients. This will be March 7th. It's on Zoom, 9 a.m. Scan that code or type in the URL and get registered. If you've already registered for this series too, then you're good. It's a reoccurring series. So just like Marketing Matters, you only need to register once and you'll get reminder emails about it. And then guess who else is doing Reels? Yeah. This will be an in-person class. I love the fact that in this industry too, you know, Alicia and I can do a class together about Reels. She teaches me, and then I get to, you know, implement this new knowledge into the classes that I get to do. And I'm so grateful for these experiences because we really do learn off each other in this industry.
Collaboration is huge, and no one person ever knows everything. So the fact that we get to teach each other, collaborate, grow together, I feel like, you know, there's always enough business for everyone. And the more we share, the better we all get.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So whether you can make it to one of Alicia's classes, you can make it to one of my classes, you're going to learn, you're going to grow, go to both classes. Like, you can't go wrong when it comes to really building up your social media knowledge and repertoire. You know, we teach these classes, but we had to start by taking these classes.
I said that to somebody yesterday. I said, you know, when Instagram first came out, I think I went to like 8 classes before I even really used it. I would use it sitting in the class, and then I'd be afraid when I left. You know? So, and now it's like, you know, every day nonstop. However, there's everybody has to learn, and you know, you learn by taking the classes and then doing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So if you want to come, if you're in the West Valley, Arrowhead area, March 12th from 9:30 until 11:30. This is going to be a hands-on class too. So this is my favorite class to teach because everybody's on their phone, and you should be. It's kind of a requirement of the class. So reach out. Renee is hosting this. If you'd like to attend, reach out, let her know. And then, of course, I always like to touch base on our monthly home tours. We've got the Moon Valley Home Tour. That's the third Thursdays at 8:30 a.m. And then the Biltmore Luxury Tour. That is the fourth Wednesday. That one's actually was today. So next month, hop on that one. These are both just fabulous tours because of the unique areas that they're in. You know, this isn't just your typical Arizona, Phoenix housing neighborhoods. These are both really, really unique neighborhoods. So you can be guaranteed when you go on these tours that you will see unique, one-of-a-kind properties, which are great content for
You're real.
easy content. Get on there, guys. And then, of course, thank you to Alicia for coming on today. Thank you to our business development team. As I mentioned earlier, if you see some marketing techniques that you want to implement into your business, reach out to your business development managers. Beth, Keith, Mary, Michael, Michelle, Patty, and Renee, they can, everything that we talk about on Marketing Matters, they can help you implement into your business. And then, of course, thank you to Landmark Title for allowing us to bring you Marketing Matters every Wednesday and bring great guest speakers on like Alicia. It is a pleasure. I have known Alicia the entire time I've been in the real estate industry. And in fact, it's so funny that, you know, we're talking about social media because I remember your first Facebook Live with Mary back in the day. I mean, we've come a long way, my friend, from those first, you know, Facebook Live where you start like this and then you're like turning the camera. And we're like,
if I remember right, I made Mary go live when we were sitting in an Olive Garden restaurant. And then we did another one with the two of us for fun, went on like a boat tour at Saguaro Lake, and I got her live on that boat tour also.
yeah. I mean, it goes way back. So it's always fun, like I said, to come back and, you know, touch base and see.
Okay, wait. I gotta say, Sarah, I don't know if he's gonna get mad at me, but I just got a text from Keith Maney, and he said I made him go live also.
Yes, right? I mean, these
with social media for so long.
this is yes, it all comes full circle in this industry. So
Yeah.
of course, if you want you know, if you want to go on Facebook Live, you want to do some reels, reach out to Alicia. She makes us all do these things. So it's wonderful. It is fun. It is fun. So partnering up with somebody that makes it fun, makes it engaging, it's always going to be worth it. So thank you guys for all being on. Come back next month, March Madness. It's going to be crazy. And we'll see you all then.
Thank you, Sarah.